So we're going to dive into gender equality, which, Lucas was saying this is kind of an educational thing. We're going to have some dialogue. But what you guys don't really know is that Lucas and I each took 3 different topics under the umbrella of gender equality. And we've researched them on our own. And this is the first time that we're actually coming together to talk about it. So this could get interesting. This could get passionate. This could get, who knows what it's going to be. But I thought it was kind of cool. Don't exit out right now if you're like gender equality and girls education, because I am quick to do that because I'm not informed. And as I was doing this research and learning so much more about these other cultures and about gender equality, even here in the United States, I realized no, this does matter. And here are reasons why. And so we're going to dive into that today. And I'm excited. I think it's going to be pretty good. Okay. So I have a riddle for you, Lucas.
Oh, riddle. Cool. Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
You're prepared for this, are you?
No.
Okay. A father and son, they're involved in a horrible car accident together. The father is killed instantly, and the son is rushed to the local hospital to undergo emergency surgery to save his life. The chief surgeon comes in and scrubs up and is just prepared to begin this life-saving surgery on this boy. The chief surgeon then looks down to see the boy and says, "I can't operate. That's my son." So where does your mind immediately go? Who is the chief surgeon?
I feel like I need to hear the riddle again. Now that I don't know. I don't know. I'm baffled. I hate riddles. Number one, who's the chief surgeon? It's his son. I want to say if I was thinking it's in an African tribe, maybe he's the head chief, and it's no. All right, help me out here. I don't know.
It's the mother. It's the boy's mother.
Oh, of course.
And so this riddle has been used in multiple different types of audiences. And only 14% of people realize the obvious answer, that it's the boy's mother.
Wow.
But even as I heard the riddle, I'm picturing a chief surgeon as a male.
Yeah.
And I think that just sort of goes to explain more about gender equality, is that we see these roles and we automatically put a gender to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Full on. Yeah. That's kind of embarrassing. Walking through that, but that's so true. That didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah. Well, and so I had lunch with my oldest. So my oldest is in 2nd grade, and we had been chatting about this TV show we were watching, and it's these 3 girls that are cooking. Anyway, he goes, "Well, Mom, I wish they were boys in the show, but I guess it makes sense." And I was like, I knew where this was going. And I was like, "What do you mean it makes sense?" And he goes, "Well, they're cooking. That's what girls do." And I'm like, wow, what? I'm the primary cook in our household because I enjoy it. And, my husband doesn't enjoy it. He just enjoys eating. But we put these gender roles on jobs and on occupations. And it's our jobs as parents to help bring up the next generation to see, no, gender equality is a huge and important issue. And, you can be anything you want to be, but yet we gender specify everything.
Right. Yeah. Here's an interesting fact. I thought this was really interesting on some of my research. So 145 countries out of 195. So 145 out of 195 countries guarantee equality between men and women in their constitutions. This is as of 2014.
Okay.
The United States is not one of them. How does that make you feel?
I'm baffled by that.
Why? Me too, by the way. I was baffled by that, but yeah.
Yeah, the fact that I guess I would then wonder though, what are these constitutions that have gender equality written in them? What does that look like? Because, we have the 19th Amendment, which allows women to vote.
Yep.
It was ratified in 1920. So I guess what does that look like in other constitutions?
Yeah, so that's a really good point, because just because 145 countries have constitutional guarantees, it does not actually mean that they are equal, right? There's still gender discrimination via laws and gender stereotypes, like you just mentioned, and social norms and practices. But I just thought it was really interesting and shocking that the United States was not one of them. There has been a movement which actually began in 1923 called the Equal Rights Amendment, or the ERA, and it has come up and down. Actually, the way I heard about this was the other day. I read an article about one of the chief justices, almost who had really spent her life mission to reinvigorate this, because basically in 1972 it was picking up steam, and to change the constitution it needs 38 states to pass it. Well, they didn't get there. They only had, I think 31 or 35 states that agreed to the ERA. So it kind of died out. But then I fast forward today and I'm like, why not? Like, why is this not, of all places, the United States of America, why do we not have in the Constitution, the rights? Now, some states do have on the state constitution level. So states like Alaska, Colorado, California, Connecticut, Delaware, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Maryland, Massachusetts, Montana, Oregon, Utah, Virginia, and Wyoming. They all do.
Alaska, Arizona.
They all do. But Tennessee doesn't.
Oh.
Tennessee is one of the ones that doesn't. It just seems to me like this is a no-brainer. I mean, for our generation, it's like, gosh, this. I know we're not going to get into politics and the whys and hows, but I was just really shocked that we here don't have it.
I mean, I feel like we have come a long way here in the United States. Like I said, with the ratification of the 19th Amendment in 1920, we have come a long way, but we have so much further to go.
Yeah.
Like, even as being a woman in this day and age, and a mom and stuff, and especially with social media, I do feel like there's a lot of stereotypes when it comes to women, because when you think about women and their role in the 1950s, which really wasn't that long ago, their role was being a housewife, cleaning, cooking. Like, they didn't work outside of the home. They couldn't hold political offices. They couldn't they couldn't be CEOs of companies. Like, none of that happened. That wasn't the norm. Now women are chief justices. They are Supreme Court judges. They are CEOs of Fortune 500 companies.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do feel like we're still battling that balance of stay-at-home mom versus working mom, and some who do both.
Yeah.
And we are shamed for what we do or what we don't do. Like, there's still this gender equality that isn't. We just have a long way to go. And I think a lot of it is culture.